Hello everybody, I am Arindham Bhattacharya. I am father of FIITJEE student Arindham Bhattacharya. I have been asked to speak something about FIITJEE as an institution, and I'll give you my brief idea about it. I knew my son to be a good student, and I knew that he was quite capable of appearing in competitive examinations and being quite confident that he's himself confident, so he will be successful in those examinations. However, I was a little bit apprehensive that in the absence of a good teacher, he may not get that rank which he is due to. So, as is the case with every parent, I was searching for various newspaper advertisements and doing a lot of research on it to find out which is the best institution. And it happened so that FIITJEE also advertises in daily newspapers. So I studied their ads, etc. It so happened that I was traveling from Mumbai to Nagpur by train, and as in Indian Railways, we enter into gossip, we befriend people, and during our journeys we enter into gossip with many people. So as happens, the discussion ranged from politics to sports, and finally it concentrated on education in our country at this moment. So it so happened that we were discussing the commercialization of education, the level of competitiveness that has crept into our education system, how it is very difficult for a child to get the college of his choice, etc., etc. It so happened that one gentleman, I don't recognize or I don't recollect his name at this moment, he happened to be a FIITJEE faculty, and he introduced himself at that time as a FIITJEE faculty and told us about what FIITJEE is. So I was impressed by his idea. So when I came back to Nagpur, I thought that FIITJEE will be the ideal institution for my son, because the impression I gathered there that they have a very good compendium of faculties, able people who have taken up studies and education sector as their jobs, and they guide students accordingly as per their aspirations. So as I was telling that I was in search of good teachers, and since I am from Nagpur, in Nagpur also there are good teachers, there's no doubt about it, it's a big city in that sense. And but the problem in Nagpur is that there are good teachers, but they reside at different places. So one major problem or one major hurdle is that there is no ideal transportation system in Nagpur. So students have to shuffle from one teacher to other just to get their ideal guidance and coaching. So that consumes a lot of time, and a student finds himself that at a later stage he does not have that amount of time for self-study. So at that time I came to know about this integrated program, that supreme program in FIITJEE, and so I decided that that will be the ideal program where my son can study everything under one roof, where his school as well as his competitive coaching will be simultaneous. It will be an integrated system of study. So I thought FIITJEE will be the ideal system for him, and fortunately he appeared the FIITJEE FTRE examination, and he secured the All India 1 rank. So I was offered an admission to FIITJEE. Here at this time I was in a dilemma to give him in which FIITJEE. So I was thinking that they have a headquarters in Delhi, and that will be the ideal center. But then again, the law and orderness in Delhi is not that good. So I was having second thoughts. Since he's a small child, going to a different place in standard 9th, I felt that he should be given a safe and secure environment. So it was at that time I zeroed in on FIITJEE Bangalore. After all, Bangalore is a very cosmopolitan city. It has a very good law and order situation here, and people are very open-minded, friendly with each other. So I zeroed in on FIITJEE Bangalore. So as I was telling that I have to describe about FIITJEE, I found that FIITJEE was a very instrumental factor, and perceptible changes I have observed in my son, an increase in focus, due diligence, and the zeal to excel in his studies has increased. There's no doubt about it that FIITJEE has contributed to a good extent in his temperament improvement, and he has increased his focus, attention to studies, and he has found himself in a very good company of students as well as teachers therein. So, if I am to describe the role of FIITJEE in these 4 years of my son's development from a child to a teenager, I'd say that FIITJEE has played the role which we can normally call as that of a friend, philosopher and guide. See, basically I am from Nagpur, so I had to admit my son to a school which has a hostel facility, and fortunately I came across the Maruti Magnolia Public School, which also has a hostel facility. I admitted my son in that hostel. So after having admitted him in the hostel, and when we left back for Nagpur, the FIITJEE staff, I should say, the FIITJEE faculties, they have become his friend, his guide, besides being his teachers. They also played the role of a parent also, I should say, because in the absence of parents, they tried as much as they can to fulfill that vacuum or the absence of parents at his physical side. Now I will tell something about FIITJEE's various systems, the All India Test Series systems, the ranking systems, the evaluation of their question papers, etc. To my observation, I find that it is a very good indexation system. It is something like which we normally call the Sensex. What does the Sensex do? It evaluates the growth of a company. So FIITJEE's All India Test System to me is similar to that benchmark index. It evaluates the progress of a student during his course of studies, during the 2 years or 4 years that he devotes in his life to developing his temperament for competitive examinations. So FIITJEE's All India Test Series is a very good indexation system, which I feel to be. To evaluate FIITJEE's guidance systems, I don't think that I am the proper authority to evaluate such a good organization. However, I will feel that FIITJEE's 24/7, 365 days a week system of being in constant touch with the student and clearing their doubts at the very moment they approach the teachers is a very ideal system, because a doubt which persists in a student's mind continues to be a deterrent to his evolution or his thinking in the process of his studies. So I find that once the doubt is evaluated or solved at the very moment it is generated, it's a very good system and the doubt vanishes, so the student grows in his studies. Regarding FIITJEE's study materials, I think they are an all-pervasive and self-content system in it. The books are very good, the notes etc. they provide are ideal companion to the student and very flexible in nature, self-explanatory, and I think they are a true student's companion. And I do recommend that a student should regularly read these notes and guidance material. I am also impressed by FIITJEE's Grandmaster program and RTPF system. These I think are revolutionary tools which help a student to assure himself as well as assess himself about his progress, about his level of studies that he has completed, and what he needs to do further, where is the shortcoming, where is the fill in the blanks that he needs to do urgently. These are very ideal systems and I think they are unique in themselves. Finally, I would like to conclude that I think I made a wise decision in enrolling my son in FIITJEE. As a matter of fact, I am quite proud to say that he has topped the IIT JEE mains in Karnataka, and I should also be proud to say that he has cleared the SAT examination and has been called for, or invited, I should say a more precise word, by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, the world famous institution, and I think I should give due credit to FIITJEE for his success.